All right, welcome to MK Quilts University. This is a simple training class on downloading and installing ProStitcher, being able to switch between versions of ProStitcher, and how to save the files on both your laptop and tablet so that you can do it easily. Currently, we are at version 506, as we call it, for production. 508 is the beta version out there. Running beta is good if you need a new feature like skewing into triangles on the 508, but MK basically runs on 506, and we recommend sticking with the most recent production version. If you're looking to install ProStitcher on your laptop, I'm going to go through all the steps here to load 506 and then load 508 and toggle between the two of them. So let's get started. All right, we're opening up a browser. We recommend Google. It's the most popular browser out there, and things will act the same. All right, so you just go to ProStitcher.com. Now you get ProStitcher, ProStitcher Designer are both supported now under the same website. You can go under software. Now here is the production version, and we'll go get the beta version here shortly. So you click on 506, and since this runs on all these OEM versions of long arm quilting machines, which are manufactured by Handy Quilter, choose the one that matches your machine. Click on download and let it download. Okay, so we're downloading 506. Well, this is going to take a little bit, so I am going to go scroll back up, click on beta, and now this is 508, and I am going to start downloading it as well. I thought I clicked. Things have hung up a little bit. Network error. This is not necessarily a problem with you. So let's actually go back. We can go to software. Now you see the 508 version's downloading. This one failed. I can try doing resume here. That's a feature of Chrome. Hey, look at that. I was going to go back and re-download it. So I'm a computer nerd. Glitches happen. Computers happen. Don't get frustrated. Okay? Stuff happens. You can't control it. Okay? So it is what it is. And that's why MK Quilts, we talk about giving IT support. You know, your quilters, you don't want to mess with computer stuff. But if you're a member of our MK Quilts University, or especially if you're an owner that's bought a machine from us, we give you that special support where we can help you out. We have remote software to help you through this process if you're not comfortable. If you do need help with this, you can go to mkquilts.com and look for the button that allows you to schedule support. It'll put it on our calendar so we can call you back at the time you arrange for, and we can work with you to solve any of these problems. Now, I'm probably going to pause the video here and let this download finish because it's taking a little longer than normal. Here again, it may not be your internet connection. It may not be your computer. It may be the computer you're talking to, which in this case, I assume. Okay, so there's definitely some routing issues out on the internet this morning. I mean, it's just like people traveling, you know, from state to state. Certain roads might have accidents or something may be going on. It was interesting. It's like getting a bad cell tower. You call back, you might get a better connection. So we have our updates down here at the bottom. So let's continue. The updates, you can see here, this is 506, cursor over 508, and I apologize for my printer making noise. So if you click on one of these, it will open the File Explorer and show you what's in the zip file. Okay. For ProStitcher, it's best that you extract the files, meaning we download one file that has multiple files in it. You need to extract the multiple files into their original structure. Now to do that, what you need to do is you need to go to your downloads directory. Now I've taken all my old stuff, usually there's lots of stuff in here, and put it in a folder called old stuff so it's not to confuse you. See what's going on here. Now you can see both of the files that we downloaded are here. By default, most browsers will use the Windows 10 downloads directory. You can save it to your desktop. I don't recommend it. Downloads is for temporary storage of files that you can go back and delete when you need space. Okay. In this case, I am going to right click on 506, say extract all. I'm going to uncheck this because I'm just going to work in one window right now to not confuse things. It'll create a folder by default with the name. And now you see this doesn't have the zipper. That has the zipper. We can go in there and we can see the folders. Okay. Now the first thing you should do on any system that hasn't had ProStitcher on it before, or anytime you have issues, you should run the pre-install program. Okay. I clicked it once to select it. You can double click it to run it. The user account control window has come up. I'm going to say yes. Now if you've installed it before, there should be a repair dialog box. If you've been having problems, hit repair. It does some extra resetting or parameters. We're just going to say start. On most PCs, you're already going to have what you need installed. But if not, let it install those products. Now obviously I've run it here before. Once you run that once, you can run the 506. Now I'm assuming you don't have ProStitcher installed, and you'll see later on that once ProStitcher is installed, you can use the update button to do the updates. But now we're going to come back here, we're going to double click it. Depending on your security, it might give you this warning. You say run anyways. I know where I got it from. User account control, say yes. Alright, then you can say start. You can say confirm, and it'll install. Now it probably happened a little faster here. I've installed it before. When you finish, ProStitcher will start. Alright, my suggestion to you if you're installing this on a laptop is first thing to do is click on grid and make sure you have square boxes here. I'd also go over to the control settings, control icon here, make sure you display, and make sure your height and width is the approximate viewing size of your screen. Sometimes the program doesn't detect your video card, technical blah 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 blah, and you need to manually set your width and height. Okay, it will by default probably not be in touch mode, so you'll want to enable touch mode here. And on MK Quilts University, Melissa's got the one-on-one video that talks about how to assign different tools to this toolbar over here and goes through all the details on this. So basically we're installed, we're working here. We can go to File, Design, Open, and under C:"Designs you will find your designs. If you don't find them there, you need to copy your designs to the system from your tablet, or you can contact us at MK Quilts here, schedule a time, and I can help you get them into place if this is beyond you. But if you had a previous installation, these folders will automatically be installed and updated. Okay, so we can see that we can do all the things in simulate mode. ProStitcher, run, proceed. Machine goes to the start and starts stitching. All right. By default, you're going to find that your OptiStitch is not customized like I had it here. This has been previously loaded. Most of you will find you don't want to run at full speed at your machine, so you'll hit customize and put these somewhere in the middle. All this detail can be found on the MK Quilts University in our training that we have if this is all new to you. So this is working. My only other comment here as we move on to do the upgrade is when you shut down, whenever you shut down, it'll reboot your computer, either one of these. So say exit to Windows. Okay, we're going to exit to Windows here because we now have this folder with these two files in, and we also have a compressed version with the beta. So let's do what we did before. We're going to extract all. We're going to let it create the folder. All right. So before we do this upgrade, what we're going to do is we're going to copy this, right click, copy. Now I'm going to go to C:"Designs. I'm going to right click off the side so I don't copy it into a particular folder, and I'll paste it. Now I'm going to skip the file because it's already there. If you'll notice, I had copied those files previously here. There's a reason I did that, and that's simply that once you put them in that folder, if you ever want to roll forward or back, let's go to ProStitcher. Boom. It makes it very easy. All right, if we go to full screen here, you click the update button here, and by default it's going to look for a USB key, which is helpful. But if you copy these files into your designs folder, you've got them there. So we're at 506. I want to go to 508. All I have to do is hit run. And be patient because it checks things. It does magic behind the scenes looking at your system. It's probably looking for the machine, but since you're in simulation mode, it eventually gives up. Alright, so it did the installation, and it starts ProStitcher. If I go under information about, we are now at the 508, the beta version. Okay, what do I do if I want to go back to the 506? I simply go back to update. I go to my designs folder. I say take me back to 506 and hit run. So this updating is really pretty straightforward. We'll continue with some additional video here to help the people that aren't comfortable with moving files with the File Explorer, especially to a USB and to your machine, so you can have the same thing at your machine. But the idea is this is basically very simple to do. as long as you feel comfortable doing it. So that's our goal at MK Quilts University here, is to give you the resources. So if you're seeing this on YouTube, make sure you check us out on mkquilts.com and see if it's a place where we can help you with your ProStitcher issues. All right, welcome. So now you're installed with a version of ProStitcher, but you might want to roll back or forth because there might be a bug in the beta, or there might be a feature that works differently in a different version of ProStitcher. So I'm going to instruct on how we suggest that you position your installation files so that you can easily roll forward and back, whether you're on your laptop or whether on your tablet. So let's check this out. All right, so we're back up and running. I am going to leave us at the 506, which is the production mode, which is our recommended place to be unless you're using a new feature that only the beta does. Betas mean buggy. They're working on things. Wait for the final production version unless you absolutely need to go there. That is our MK Quilts recommendation. So let's suppose, though, you want to switch between these versions on your tablet. So what you want to do is you want to use a USB key, plug it in, and take it over to the tablet, and then copy it back into your designs folder like I did here. For a lot of people, doing that without a mouse and using the fingers on the screen can be problematic. There are some different versions of the tablets that have the older Windows 8 on it. So it's not something that I can help you out remotely because it's not on the network, the Wi-Fi, whatever. I can't get to it to help you. So you're going to have to do it yourself. So I'm going to give you a few tips here potentially on how to transfer the files from your laptop to the tablet using a USB. We are going to exit to Windows, never use shutdown. It will reboot your computer and you'll be frustrated. Whether you're copying these files from your downloads folder, like you just downloaded them, or in this case, I am going to use these little check boxes, or you can hit the first one, hold the shift key down, select them all, and then I can right click and I'm going to copy them. Okay, where do I need to put them? Well, I need to take the USB key, find an available port, okay, this key I called almost everything because it probably has almost everything of videos and some other stuff. We've used it as a utility. So let's just pretend that's not there. So whether you've got stuff on there, it doesn't matter. What you want to do is you want to paste a copy of those three files. The pre-install, it's good to keep on there, and the two install files. And once you copy them to the USB key, now you saw me do it with the mouse here on the laptop, but what do you do when you have to do it at the laptop? So I am going to actually do a recording using my laptop in tablet mode so you can see some of the tricks that have to be used when you don't have a mouse. So we will head over there and do that now. Okay, so I've disconnected my big monitors up there, so I've only have my laptop so I can simulate the touch screen. Most external monitors, unless you pay big money, are not touchscreen. That's the one drawback there, but then you usually have your mouse to work with it. But when you go to your tablet, you're not going to have a mouse and keyboard attached normally. You're going to have to do everything with your finger, or I suggest using a stylus, which is a little um, rubber tipped pen type device so that you can touch the screen without damaging it. So now I'm going to be looking down here because I've got the screen, which you can see here, and I can use my finger on the screen. So I'm going to mention a few things here to help you use your tablet with your finger. Now, if you don't have the bottom bar showing up, try swiping in from the bottom of the edge of the screen, or swiping in. See if I can do this with the camera. Okay, so on your right side, my left, you swipe in from the screen, and on Windows 8 or whatever, it'll pop up a menu, and the idea is you want to get to your taskbar and have the taskbar come up. On Windows 10 systems, you should be able to swipe up from the bottom and get your tools up here. What you're looking for is the File Explorer, which is the yellow. I'm going to use my mouse here so the cursor shows up. This is the File Explorer. Now, you can tap on it with your finger and it opens up. All right, so now the challenge with the tablets is Handy Quilter does not work in tablet mode for its device because it's a desktop program. Tablet mode makes things bigger and spreads things apart so your fingers can touch them. Do not put it in the tablet mode. Okay, so the File Explorer has come up here. You're at your tablet, usually when you take your USB key and you put it in your tablet at the back, use the hub behind the tablet, not the machine USB ports, because they aren't actually connected into the computer. So when you put it in there, your USB should appear, and on most updated tablets, the File Explorer will come up by itself. So you can try doing that as your first step. So when the USB appears, I'll try not to use my touchpad. I'm only going to use the screen here. You need to click on it with your finger on the left side to go to your USB drive. Now to select files, it can be different on some machines depending on how the File Explorer is set up and configured. So if things are slightly different, in this case, if I just tap once, don't double tap, if you get a checkbox next to the file names, you have it enabled where you can actually just tap carefully with your finger next to each of them and the checkboxes will be there. Okay, so if you get the checkboxes next to it, it's easy to select one at a time. If you don't, the settings on your File Explorer might be a little different. You can go click on the file, you can go click options, you can click your view options, and there are a whole lot of settings here that might vary slightly, but let's just hope that you have the ability to select with the checkboxes. Otherwise, you're going to have to do this one at a time just to keep it simple. So once you've selected these items, the trick here now with your finger is you touch one of them and hold it until that box appears. That is like clicking the right mouse button to pull up what they call a context-sensitive menu. But now you've pulled up this menu, and you can see it's spaced out, so it's really nice. So we're going to copy those, and then we're going to go down and touch the C colon, go up to Designs, Okay, if one tap is select, two taps should open or run the file. If you can't get it to double tap, here again you can hold your finger on it, let go, and the top option there most likely will be the double tap option, like open. So there it opened it. So I want to copy these files into the designs folder on the tablet. So I can press and hold and then say paste. Guess what? They already exist because this is my laptop, but you get the idea. You would paste the files there. Boom. Okay, so there's a file transfer method so that you can get those files onto your tablet so that you can roll forward and back easily just using the ProStitcher update button and not having to always put the USB key in. Now, guess what? That's also the way you can move any file from laptop to the tablet. In many cases, you can just run your pattern files off the USB and not worry about putting them on your tablet. But file management is something that you're going to get a little better at. And being able to do it at the tablet is a challenge because of the, bigger, older fingers, and touching the right spots on the screen can be a challenge. So just remember, touch and hold brings up a menu for you to tap. So tap off of it and you're fine. So hopefully this helps. You should be set up so now that you can roll back and forth or even repair your installation on your tablet as well as your laptop. So enjoy your quilting. Remember, MK Quilts is always there. MK Quilts University, big troubleshooting sections on helping you figure out problems. And join one of our webinars and check us out at mkquilts.com or university.mkquilts.com if you want to go direct. Have a great day.